Hey guys, welcome to an edition of my own. I've created a brand new channel. Obviously not actually brand new, but sort of I've changed my name. And this is a snippet of specific things that can be occurring. I'm starting with Lego Harry Potter, as my channel, my title shows. It's a new channel, it's a new me. I'm doing a brand new start. I'm going to do something completely different. It's going to be like, yes, do that. So it's basically sort of the how's everyone going, how's everybody doing, sort of is everybody sort of been okay despite what's been happening around the world. But I'm making ends meet here. I'm trying to make the most of my time away, sort of trying to play games such as Lego Harry Potter here. I may sort of pick other games that are on like Xbox One and PS4 and do little known recordings and whatnot, and basically just give it a whirl, see what happens. And as we always expect, most Lego games, we get Lego humour, and shows you what could Lego people possibly add that's sort of like their own style of things. And as you can probably tell, you probably can't hear most of the music or the sound effects. I'm trying to sort of put it to a point where I'm talking over it. You can just about hear it, but not a lot. And obviously, I might bring it up a little bit more just to make it sort of interesting and whatnot, or make it sort of like you can still hear something. But YouTube is very awkward with these things. They do a thing with like saying even if you've recorded this footage and you've edited it to the way you want it and whatnot, you're still going to get people coming back at you saying, "Oh, just to let you know, you've got a lot of copyrighted stuff in this." So with the Lego Harry Potter games, you get a lot of Harry Potter style music. You'll get all of John Williams. You get all of the specific parts of the movies that have been included in the game, so you can enjoy it. So we're here in the Leaky Cauldron, and I'm just getting used to playing the game in terms of recordings. And there will be moments when I do skip between recordings. That's only down to the fact that the Xbox One or PS4, depending on what game console I'm playing, it will have a moment when the limit will be reached. They reach like say 10 minutes or so to most clips, and after that's been done, I have to sort. You could say I have to sort of stop what I'm doing, get the recording to start up again, and it is quick for most consoles. And as you can probably tell within the background music, you do get the. It's almost like it wasn't in sync for the most part of it, so I do apologise for that. That's probably how recordings go for most games. Um, but as you know, it sort of takes time and gets used to it being sort of new again. It's like be like, oh, you're in the game now. Okay, I'll change the music to actually links in now. As you saw, I put up two picture portraits with Wingardium Leviosa that Hagrid actually knows. And obviously, with all these Harry Potter games, you do learn these spells, but only specific to the game. So you've got Wingardium Leviosa. You've got I think it's like a spell to do with plants. Plants like I think it's Lumus Solem that Hermione uses in the first film, as I'm playing now. Um, there's Expelliarmus. There's Transfiguration. There's basically quite a variety. I think there's even Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum that Harry uses in the third film, The Prisoner of Azkaban. And things you wouldn't even expect to be used in the game. So you get uh, Ron's pet rat, Scabbers, being a part of it, where he's used in certain parts of the game. You'll even have Hermione's cat being used as well. And with most games, like Lego games, there's a lot of things to interact with. So you get to build things, you get to move things around, but with the game, there's specific things that you have to do. You have to get up this certain area of the game. You have to get these specific pieces that can link doors, or you have to break things in order to build what you need in order to help yourself get further through the game. And there will be moments when that happens. You'll get times when everything is put into proportion, where you'll be going through, say in this case, you're going through Diagon Alley, and aren't really building a lot of things, but you're building enough so you can be like, oh yes, these specific pieces put in there, and you make the wall go away. You show people, you show your face to some people, and they can be like, oh, here's something for you for your troubles. And you do get a lot of things like that. And with all games, there's a mini kit style things. I do explain it in part 2, but I'll give you a little rundown. As there's crests that can be performed. Like you see, so I built 2 portrait frames that got me the Gryffindor official crest. You can show your face to specific people, as you saw. They get the they get the Slytherin crest. There's sections where if you do certain things for a certain number of times, you get either an achievement or something else that's like major. And I don't realise it, but I think I have now. Is what I'm riding now. This is me. This is me watching my recording and speaking through a microphone. But this section I've got here, when you build a broom style sweeper, I think you can be used to sweep up something later in the game, or at some point in the level. And there's certain things like you build it and you don't even know you can get far enough, but then you do get far enough and it's like, oh yes, you built this and now you can do these certain things when you can get these other crests. And the most important thing about also about the game is is people of Hogwarts and the students in peril. So as you can see, I make my first successful rescue. So at some point in the game, there is a student in peril in a specific part of the game or specific level of the game, and you have to perform an action. You have to get to this high point in the game, and you can rescue this person from doom. And also the fact that there's points in the game, as you can see in front of you, there are points where you have to find specific items, put them into a cauldron, boil them up, and they can use for something specific. So either in this level you can find items to make this cauldron explode that can blow up the area, so you can go further through the game. You have to do specific things in the game, like you have to find flowers in this section. You have to empty this ice cream cart on the left. You have to find a spider and put it in. Other parts of the game include like things like polyjuice potions, strength potions that can be used, and I think that's part of the game. Like, most important thing when doing my Let's Plays, I am going to do something specific. I'm going to do playlists dedicated to all parts of the game. So I'm going to have a playlist dedicated to the scorer, where you go through the game. I'm going to have a section dedicated to the free play stuff. So there will be parts that I've taken out specifically, deliberately, just so that you can see what you do in this section of the game while you're around. Anything that I have not included, that I've not done, or cut full points, will only be done just so that some parts will be done. Like it'll show the free play, it'll show the character tokens that you can collect. Like if you do a specific task or specific point in part of Hogwarts, or in most levels, you do get a like a token to signify, oh, you've completed this. Here's a token of this person. There you go, enjoy. And in most parts of the game, it does give you the insight into, you've got these many characters unlocked of this specific dorm room, and you can, once you've unlocked all of them, you do either get an achievement or whatnot, or you do get certain things of some parts of the games. You just got these tokens for Gryffindor, well done, or Slytherin, or Hufflepuff, or Ravenclaw. Other sections include like I think it's like the gold block specifically. Like if you do a specific task, if you put like certain monuments back together, or you do a certain number of items, use a spell on, or destroy something specific, then it will say, "Oh yes, here's a gold block for you for your troubles." Some things I won't unlock instantly, so I will be likely doing snippets and cut off points of the specific areas of the game. Um, and to top it all off, once I've done all the story and all the free play enough, there's also this section where you do $1 million. I think it's like the million stud challenge, where you have to be in a specific area, blow something up, and you're like, "Oh yes, I've done that. I've just done this, done that, and whatnot." And you have to get like 1 million studs in order to do like a certain amount of time or something. And as always, in most games, whether it's Xbox or PS4, there are trophies and achievements that you can get. Where if you do a certain thing in the game, you've achieved it. There you go. And there's some that are either in the first year of the game, or even in later on in the game. Some are common, so completing the years is important. The complete a specific level in a certain length of time. Um, destroy something as specific characters, and obviously, and even getting true wizard in all the levels, that's important as well. Um, what I like about the game is the fact that you're doing the years, and again, you've got the Lego humor. You've got sort of like, I know you've seen the films. I've known you know sort of where they go in terms of the level, but you never know that this certain thing was done in order to liven up the mood of the game. So they do have like funny parts of the game incorporated to give you insight, just to give you like, oh, that wasn't included in the movie, but we're going to include it anyway, so at least you know that, oh, this is what caused people to move away. This is what caused Hermione to emotional, get all emotional and things. Um, and this is what Harry had to go through, or this is what it could have happened in the game, but they didn't include it. And it's pure Lego humor. Like they get straight to the points, and Lego games always do that. Like whether it's Lego Harry Potter or Indiana Jones, Star Wars, even Lego Batman and whatnot. So you do get to enjoy more in the game, and you get to learn all the spells of the Harry Potter movies. Like I said, you get to go around areas of the game that you've never been able to see proper in the game, and they incorporate new sort of things of the game. Like, oh, you can do it in this game, but you can't. You never knew that that was there. Like, you could go to the Forbidden Forest and be like, oh yeah, I've been there, and I've been able to move these certain pieces of tree around to move in correct positions. That's the whole idea of the game. You have to do things to make it work. You can use spells to move things around. You can um, build things that you never knew were in the game, but they're going to include it anyway. So as you can see, I'm using the gold blocks and parts of the level in order to make a platform right there. Simple as, getting straight to the point. Um, most times in the game, I will be waffling on about it and trying to show what I'm doing in the game. That's my phone going off. um, well, to top it all off, guys, obviously it's been a pleasure sort of showing you this moment, and I've just got True Wizard. That's got time for myself. Um, so it's going to be showing the next scene where, yeah, I'll come down shortly. Okay. Yes, and that was my dad. He down to me just say, like, here's some things and why you coming over dinner. That was quite an interruption out of nowhere. And like all things in games, there's a bit where you have to come back to the level, and that's my first death. It's always the first part of the game where like you never knew it was there. Like you can only do this certain thing in the game is if you have that. I'll have to play enough of the game so I can come back to some parts. I'll have to go through all the years of the game just so that I can learn all the spells. Learn all the spells, then I can play the game enough, and it can be like, oh yes, I've learned these spells, all done, all dusted. And it never seeks to amaze me the fact that they go through all the stuff to bring the best films in Lego form. Awesome. So to finish things off, as you finish at Gringotts, getting all the necessary boolah for Harry's collection of sorts, you go to Ollivander's, where he gives you the specific wand that's part of Voldemort's wand when Tom Riddle started. That's why. But you never had the Ollivander's sort of speech between them because that's what we all had in the film. But the Lego bit was like, oh yes, let's keep. It's lovely. Just keep it simple. Don't be complicated with the game, and just absolutely enjoy yourself with it. As this is at the end of the first level, guys, I would like to say thank you for listening and watching the excitement of Lego Harry Potter, the collection. The first level has been completed, and you get to see what gold blocks you're able to achieve from doing this. And you have to unlock unnecessary amount, a lot of characters in order to do specific things in terms of the game. And above all else, guys, I would like to bid you adieu from our homeward adieu of Diagon Alley, heading towards Hogwarts. And I'll see you in the next part where we go for our first part and in terms of the first lessons and the section of cutscenes. Enjoy, guys, and stay safe through COVID-19, and we shall enjoy whatever goes on. So long, farewell. Lich Reborn.